Hello, good evening. Welcome on in tonight. I am on at night again. Some of my friends said, come on at night sometime. So I said, okay, I'll book a nighttime. So y'all come in, say hello. Welcome to my page, Sweetie's Creations and Decor. I am Sheila, and I'm on my Craft Round the Clock show today. Fun Friday. It's Fun Friday, and we're doing scrapwood. So I know y'all have already seen a lot of cute things today. Cute. Let's see if I'm up live. Let's pull us up. Hey Cheryl, hey Diana, good to see you tonight. All right, we're always lagging behind on the computer, so y'all hang in with us just a minute. I hope everybody's had a fun day. Have y'all seen lots of cute things you want to do? Hey, Crafting with Shelly's Designs, how are you? Hope you're good tonight. It is. It's fun to come on at night. Okay, y'all, let's see. Let's see if Mr. FB's going to catch up here. There he is. I may have to just watch on. I don't know what's going on with it. We may be having to watch on our phone. Yeah, I don't know. They've changed on computers. They've changed what they're doing. Hold on, y'all. They've changed what they're doing on the computer, so now we can't really see the comments unless we go below. I've tried everything to try to get it to set up different, so we'll try that and see what we can get here. No telling. But there we go. It's just still twirling. But anyway, we're good. Y'all grab you something to drink. Everybody have a good supper tonight. Thank you for the hearts. Good to see you. Good evening. All right, y'all. So here's my scrap wood. I got this from my friend Christy, and it was a longer piece, and I kind of cut it off and made two things out of it. So I've got this piece of scrap wood, and I'm okay with it not being even up here at top. I love that. I wish I could find some barn wood here. I gotta go out to the country and see where somebody's got some barn wood that they're willing to gift or not charge much for it. So we're going to be using this. This is our first project, and I've got this cute print, and this is also from Chalk by Jersey Girl, and she has some freebies on her page, and I've just loved this. I had to do this because it's very vintage looking, and I love the crow, so I had to do this one. I did add a few stamps to the back just to change it up a little bit. I just took this little stamp that I have here that's got some little words and just stamped that on there. That's all I did to that. And we're going to go ahead and put it, I'm going to leave it just like this. I put a little coffee stain on it before I put this because it had something on it and it was kind of having a hard time getting a lot of that stuff off. So I said, let's just coffee stain it a little bit, and we'll just use our Mod Podge and put it on. Hey Mary Beth, it's your 58th anniversary. That is a long time to be with somebody. Oh my goodness. That's all of your life, right? Were you 10 when you got married? You must have been about 10. Young. Yes. That is amazing. That is awesome. I love that. So we're going to just go ahead and put our Mod Podge multi on. And it's going to kind of soak up in this barn wood, as it's very rough and vintage and all those things. I know, hasn't it been a good day? I think I've almost watched everybody who's watching Jessica, and I just get off for a minute. Thank goodness that I have a reminder on my phone, and Tracy reminds us a couple hours before we're going on, and that helps too, because in my brain I was going on later, and then I said, oh no, not this week, I'm not. I'm going on earlier than I thought I was. So I was ready. I had everything ready. Hey, Amanda McCollum, how are you? Hey, Doodle Denise, how are you, sweetheart? So I'm going to dry that just a little bit, y'all, because I know I don't like to put it down when it's real wet. I don't have my iron on, but I believe we can just press it down with our, I can turn it on though, just in case. Just in case. Just in case we need it. Just in case. There we go. Make sure it's not a, let me move this. That might get a little too hot. There we go. So y'all, this is the black pumpkin. Y'all saw me I was going to do this on one of my lives. And this is the one with the flour. I did paint it black and then put the flour and baking soda on there. So that's kind of what it looks like. I don't think it's as pretty in the black, but I like it okay. I still got to put some more off of it. I let it sit a little bit before I finish it. So it came out pretty good. Hey Jeanette. Hey sweet friend. Hey Shannon. Shannon, I'm so proud of you. You did so good on your first one. Such a cute project. So we're going to put this little friend down now. I'm going to move it toward the bottom a little bit. I don't think it'll have a bow or anything on it. Just going to put it about right there. And we're just going to use our plastic bag and put it down. We can iron it a little bit if we need to. You were almost 18. Oh, goodness. That is a long time. You can't be that age. You sure it was 18? Now, my aunt got married at 13. My uncle was going into the service, and they had been like childhood sweethearts and had grown up near each other, and then they just knew they were going to marry each other, I guess. That's what they say. And so it was, as far as I remember, it was not a real good home situation either. So she went to live with my grandmother, and my mother was still at home, was young, and they were not too far in age. And so they grew up together. It was more like growing up with your sister. So they became very, very close. And so, you know, they, I guess her parents agreed to it as long as she lived with grandmother. So she lived with them, and, you know, my grandmother was like a mother to her. So they married young, so. All right, y'all, I'm going to have to put a little Mod Podge on the sides of it, but that did pretty good. Y'all know it's going over a rough surface. Yes. So have y'all enjoyed today? This seems to be one of the most popular things is the scrapwood day. Scrapwood, and y'all do like when we cook. And there was something else. I forgot what it was. So those seem to be very popular. Everybody seems to enjoy those. I'll put a little bit right in here. I'm just going to seal my edges a little bit. And that came out really cute. I love it. Isn't that cute? It's a cute print. All right, y'all. So I've got these little sunflowers. I want to put a couple of those on there. And I've got one. They said these were daisies, but they look like white sunflowers to me. And that's what we're going to use it for. So I'm going to get a little bit of Oxide on these and make them look a little bit more vintage. And I know the crow. Isn't that cute? Cute. All right, let me get the right tool. Let me get this one. So this is the distressed Oxide, not the ink, just the Oxide. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the edges of our flowers to darken them up a little bit. Hey Marlene, hey Eva, how are you tonight? Isn't it sweet? Hey Teresa. Yes, this came from, the lady's name is Chalk with a Jersey Girl. And she has a lot of prints on her page. Y'all be sure that when you, she creates the prints. When you get those from people, please don't share with other people. Let them go and get their own. And she doesn't charge for them, but she wants you not to sell them or to give them to other people, but for you to use them for your own use, okay? Let's just be kind when we do that, because it's not fair to somebody that makes prints and shares them for you to give them to somebody else. So we just need to be kind and not do that. I don't share anything like that with other people. But I just downloaded a couple of, or saved the pictures of a couple of hers because I just thought they were cute. Something just a little different. And this one really tugged at my heart. And the little witches that I did the other day, I liked all of those. So I've darkened those up a little bit. I got to cut just a little bit more off this. I think we can probably pull this out. That's where they went into the thing. Don't want to pull too much to where they won't stay on there. So I'm going to put a yellow one there. I'm just cutting a little bit more off. Putting a white one and then another yellow one. Yeah, the comments are for some reason on the computers now, and I updated mine, so it's not like it's not updated. We're going to put a couple of flowers right there. Hey, Just Jackie, how are you? Hey, Mary, Just Jackie, you did great too. Thank you, Mary. You did great. You always make me laugh, Jackie. I just roll when you're on. You just make me laugh. You're such a happy, sweet person. And y'all know sometimes we are a little wonky, but that's what makes us fun and that we enjoy what we're doing. So y'all just laugh with us. Some of us are crazier than others, like myself. I'm speaking for myself. Some people are crazier than others, but we have a good time. So I think those look cute on there. That just kind of dressed it up a little bit where it's just not so plain. And I think I'm going to put a little bit, so I'm deciding what to do with a little scarecrow here. That's what, so I just love that scarecrow. Okay, it has a little, I'm sorry y'all, my rings just turned now that I've lost a little bit of weight. I'm not bragging, I'm just saying my rings drive me crazy. I don't want to have them sized yet. So on here, we can either put this little orange bow, and I can make it just a little bit smaller. So there's the orange bow. Or we can do the little raffia bow. So I made a little, because it's got straw, and I thought the little raffia bow was cute too. So there's the raffia bow. Here is the little orange bow. So y'all give me a heart if you like this little orange bow. If you like it, give me a little heart. Float me a heart. Let's see if it'll give us hearts tonight. There we go. Boy, did you see that color it did? That was weird. All of a sudden it just went bright. Woo! You see that? That must have meant something else. I haven't learned. I'm telling you. There's no telling. So here's the raffia and there's that one. So I kind of feel the raffia bows, what I'm kind of feeling. Let's see what y'all think. And then we're going to add a little bit of something around the edges. The raffia. Hey, Jeannie. Okay. All right, I had one vote for the orange bow. The raffia. Hey, Nita. Hey, Janice. Good morning. Good morning. Good evening, Jeannie's palette. Yeah, I'm used to being on in the morning. Hey, Creating It Vintage by Kim. Thank you. You like the raffia? Me too. I think we'll put the raffia. Let's trim it just a little bit on the side where it doesn't come down so far. Let me trim it just a little bit. Just made just a little bow with it. I think that'll be cute. That'll give it a little bit more with some 3D with the flowers and with that. Now we might want to put just a little bit of greenery with those flowers too. I think I might do that. Let's see which side looks better, y'all. It's hard to tell. I guess this side looks better. Okay. We'll put this one then. I'm just going to use just a tad of glue. Just put it right there. Right there. Whee! Okay, let's put just a little bit of greenery with that. Let me grab, let's see, maybe some of this. this right here. Okay, let's grab a little of this. Oh, good, y'all. The air's coming on. We don't have our air conditioner turned real low because it wasn't that hot, but then it started getting hot this afternoon. And I turned the air on. My husband got home. He goes, "You had to turn the air on?" I said, "Yeah, it was a little bit stuffy in here, but it wasn't too very hot. Actually, the humidity hasn't been as hot here the last couple of days." Hey, Jody, thank you. I'm gonna put a little bit of greenery in here just to give it another little effect with our flowers. Okay, there we go. Let's put a little piece up in here. Just a little something, something. It doesn't need much. It doesn't need much. Let's put a little bit right here. Push that one right in there. And I think we might put a little piece right in here. There is a little greenery. This looks like, the pumpkin looks like one of those pumpkins with the little metal around it, little baskets with a little metal. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Okay, y'all see, I had some other greenery I wanted to use. This right here, maybe. Yeah, maybe this piece. Let's take it. I'm gonna put it right here. Okay. That's just gonna do that right there. Okay, just a little bit of greenery, maybe one other little piece right in there. Let me grab another little piece of that other. I don't know, you know, you put your greenery out and then it all tangles into one another no matter what you do, doesn't it? Okay, and let's get the little piece right here. All right, I'll just put a little piece right in under here. There we go. Now that kind of made it have a little bit different look. Kind of like that. Let's put just a tad. We're still playing, y'all. Let's put a little piece of, I don't know what that string is. It's not the raffia. All right, let's put a little bit of Sweet Annie in there. We'll take a little bit of it. Let's put a little bit of it in there. That kind of goes with it too. I kind of put a little piece of that right up in here. Just a little piece or two. Not a lot. Not a lot. Just a little piece. Just kind of put it up under there to give it a little bit more of a fall look. Let's take that piece off. I'm going to put another little piece in there. It smells great. I'm going to put that little piece over in there, kind of away, not right on our scarecrow. And then let's put another little piece here. Let's take that one off. And let's put a little piece right up in here. So I'm just going to put it right beside that one. And that's just going to give it, I like to have a little bit of dried flowers sometimes, especially with that. That kind of brought that out a little bit. I'll show you what we've got, and then we're going to put a little bit of so I saw Stephanie using her dirt this week from Dixie Bell, and I knew I had dirt. I found my dirt. Mine's an ash color, so it's kind of grayish. And then I think it was Lulu was using it today, and I said, I got to get mine out. I had thought about it yesterday, and then I said, I'm getting that out and using it. So I'm using a little bit of my wax. So this is the Bees Knees by Paint Pixie, and I'm using a little bit of that. I was using this one, and I'm going to put a little bit, this is the white wax. So I already put a little bit here on the edge just to doctor it up a little bit where it'll look a little bit older. And let's just put a little bit of that in places. I'm just using an old brush and just adding some wax. So you want some wax or something with it to get it to stick. It's got to have something to stick. I've seen some people use Mod Podge. I usually use wax with mine. I'm just putting it around the edges here. And it'll just blend in with this wax. And then you just want to take it. I've spilt some on here, so I'm just using what I've accidentally spilt out. You just want to press it in. You're just going to pounce it. Just take your little brush, pounce it in. And I need a little wax around the edge of this picture too, and I'll do a little bit of that. So you're just pouncing it in where you've got your wax. Let's move this one out of our way. We'll add a little bit of that in a minute. It's just adding, this one is like kind of grayish, so it's just giving it a gray kind of look. You can see the difference on the edges. See the edges? You can just tell where you've kind of put a little bit of that in. Good to see you, Miss Cheryl. Hey, Penelope from Glitzy Grandma. You doing good tonight? Good to see you. I hope that y'all saw that I was on from my broadcast channel or either my Telegram. If you didn't, then my Telegram and broadcast channel are both free, and you can join that free. If you just go to my links at the bottom of my video, if you look down there in that little link tab, that tells you where all my links are. I've got a link tree that gives you all of those. Need to make sure, yeah, I know I do have that on there. Okay, y'all, I'm just touching that a little bit, just making it look a little bit more barnwood. Just a little bit more barnwood with just a little bit of that. I just like to touch a little bit in, just in some places. You don't have to use a lot of it. You don't have to use a lot at all, just a tad. And that's just going to give it a whole nother little country vibe, sort of a country vibe. Let me get some of this glue off. Y'all like that? You like the dirt? I do too. I like the dirt. I do like the dirt. Let's see. Might need a little bit more right up in here. You can also use your finger for this. This is just an old brush. I'll put a little bit right here on the edge here. I just like playing with this dirt. It's like playing back in dirt, right? And it looks like dirt, y'all. It looks like dirt. It's powdery. And I've had it a while. I've had it for a while, and I'm still using it. So a lot goes a long way. They have different colors in it. They have like a black, a gray, I think a brownish. And you can find it at your Dixie Bell retailer. I know that the lady to the nines, TWO, the nines, number 9, she has Dixie Bell products you can order. I've got a local place here that I go to that's close to where my husband works, so he can even go by there and get it, as long as I give him the color and what to get. He's pretty good about, he'll sometimes do it. I don't ask him too much, but if I needed it, he would go and he would get it. He's pretty good about that. My husband's sweet. I mean, he usually is pretty good about picking stuff up. He likes to go grocery shopping. I used to like it back in the day. I don't much anymore. I just don't. I just can't think about. I can't think of what I want to eat, and so I just don't even. I let him just go. He enjoys it. Let him go. Why not? I have to remind him of things like lettuce, carrots, things like that. He'll just look for meat and then things on sale at Publix. He won't really think about getting a lot of vegetable stuff. I have to say, remember, you got to get a vegetable. And then I have to remind him, you got to get eggs or milk or something like that. If I write him a list, he'll get it. So there we go with that dirt. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? So we probably can do the same thing right around this picture, but I think I'm going to use a little bit of the Oxide. Hey, Brenda, how are you tonight? Oh, Nita, it's at the Brass Bear. Do you know where that is? Over on Valleydale Road? They have it there. They also have it, they did have it down at that place in Bessemer that has I'll have to ask Carol Ruth if that place is still open. I forgot the name of it. Down in Bessemer. They used to have Dixie Bell, but I don't know if that place is still open. It had all kinds of people sold things in there. But at the Brass Bear, you can get, if the Dixie Bell products are still there. Now, I looked it up, and they show that they're still there. So you can still get them there. If you're ever by that way, you can get it there. Oh, that looks better, y'all. That kind of antique that in a little bit and makes it look a little bit more vintage. You could put a little coffee stain on it if you wanted to. I'm going to put just a little bit right in here on this pumpkin, just on the edge. It has a little on there. I'm going to put just a tad more right in there on it. And that's kind of looking cute. What do y'all think? Isn't it cute? Now, I made a little tag for it, but I don't know. I might can hang it up here, kind of under these. I forgot to put that there. I made a little crow, y'all. It's out of this same material, and I painted it black. A little crow. Now, listen. It may not look like a crow, but it does to me, right? Y'all will see I cut some out, too. So let's put that right on the edge. And what I did was took a little bit of the scattered straw and the Oxide and put a little bit of that on my tag so it'll kind of bring it out a little bit. This is the paper that I made. This is a paper towel, y'all. I took some of my paper towels and put coffee grunge on it, and they dry thick like this, and you can use them for tags. You can cut things out of them. So I cut a couple of crow. Here's a little bigger one. Now listen, don't call it a dolphin because it kind of looked like that on some of them, and I kind of cut them again. But here's my little crows out of this material. Isn't that pretty cool? It was fun. So this one I just added just a little bit of, I did put some of this Dixie Bell on my little crow and just put a little, I didn't put any saying or anything on it, just left it just like that. And I thought I would just kind of slip it under right here in the corner of that. I think it'll work. I think it'll work. And then I'm just going to glue it down at the top. I love some tags. I love to make tags. Y'all know that I love making tags. I got that when I started watching the Vintage Pebble and all those primitive girls, and they make all, and Miss Tracy and Sarah and all of them make the cutest tags. I got into making some tags. I love some tags too. I'll put just a little bit of glue right there, and that's going to kind of finish that off. That looks cute on there. And there it has a little tag, and you can put a little saying if you want to. I think it's fine. I'll probably cut it off just a little bit. So what do y'all think? Give me a heart if y'all like it. I kind of like this. And then I just made me a hanger on the back, and because it was scrapwood, I was able to put a little staple in there and hold that. Now, a lot of people ask me, why do I put a piece of material? If you'll put a piece of material on there, it's going to help push down your sides and your glue. And it definitely works. I learned this from Miss Devon. If any of you remember back when Miss Devon was alive before she died not too long. I knew her for a little while, and she was just the sweetest lady. And that's one thing she did, and it definitely works. It works. Hold on, y'all. I'm putting a little bit more. Woo, getting some of those glue yuckies off. Put a little bit more on my right there. A little bit. I kind of got it stuck a little. I may have to trim it just a little bit or fix that greenery, but it's okay. It's working. So I'm loving that. That didn't take long at all. I may have to get something else out. I got one more thing. So anyway, that's what we have there. I love that. Love it. All right. And I also had some, let's see, and that's going to be used on the other one. So not that. We'll put that there. So there's our little pumpkin on that. What did I do with that other piece? Put it down there. So that looks cute. That'll look cute hanging on the wall. I've got a nail up there somewhere. That'll be cute. I like it. Okay, and let's get our other piece. This one's not going to take very long, so we may have to get something else out too, because we'll still have plenty of time. Okay, y'all, this is another piece of scrap wood. This was a piece of decking from my neighbor. He had it all in the back of his truck, and I said, what are you going to do with all that wood? He goes, oh, it's just leftover decking. And I said, oh, I like it. You know, I craft. He goes, well, you can take what you want. So I took it. I've got a little coffee stain on it. And it has some kind of it has kind of a finish because it probably, well, it is. It does have some kind of outdoor stuff on it, you know, because your wood has to be treated. I could not get all the stuff off, so we're just going to go with it and use it. And so this is a little metal sign that I got either last year or year before. I don't remember if I got it from, I don't remember what store. I don't know if it came from Big Lots. I don't know if it came from Hobby Lobby. I don't know. But anyway, it's just a metal. It still has the piece here that helps hold it together. And when I take that out, I put a couple of little pieces of the blocks that are at Dollar Tree. We're going to put it on here, and we're going to play with it a little bit. So let's go ahead and glue it down. I put two kinds of glue on there, and I'm going to put my hot glue and hope that that holds it, because this is the Gorilla Glue, which is a little bit heavier hot glue. I'm hoping that that's going to hold it. So let's get it put down. And y'all know metal gets hot when you glue it. Let's see. I'll put it about right there. And you can kind of bend these little things here on it too. But you can just cut that off. Get your snips and just cut that off. Okay, and I put a little bit of rust on it. So I took a little bit of my Aperol Spritz. I think we'll put just a tad more. So let me just put a little bit of that out there. Come on, don't start stopping up on me. It's not your night. So how do y'all like night crafting? Do y'all like to, some of you like work coming on at night? I kind of like it sometimes, something different. I come on a lot of mornings, y'all, because we have a lot of people. The reason that I don't come on a ton at night is that we have a lot of people that do craft around the clock that have a job. And so a lot of them want the nighttime so that they can do it when they get off. So I try not to take a lot of nighttime. That's why I just do it every once in a while, because I know that they need to have the nighttime. Yeah, this is the shirt. This is the V-neck. And you can still order them. Miss Tracy put that out today. You'll see a little note that somebody's been putting in on our lives. Yes, you can still get some of those. Let's see what else I used, y'all. Look, I think I used a little bit of brown. That's a black, brown. Where'd my brown? Here's my brown. A little bit of brown, a little bit of orange. Okay, let's put a little bit of that on. A little bit more rust. I think I'll put some right up in here, or maybe a little bit more on there. Let me get a brush. So you can mix a little bit of your orange and brown together too. That makes it a little bit darker orange. So I'm probably going to use all three. So here's the darker. I can't remember exactly what I used on here, but we'll make it still work. So I'm going to use a little bit of the orange and brown mixed together. You're just going to paint a little bit on the edge, just like that. Just a little bit on the edge. And then I'm going to take a little bit and put a little bit more right up in here on our stem. It's just an old piece of metal that just kind of got a little bit weathered. And just keep taking your paint, just put a little bit on there. You also can use some cinnamon. So I think I might use a little cinnamon or pumpkin spice. Let me grab the pumpkin spice. Let's put a little bit of that here on the, it's going to smell delicious. Put a little bit of that. I'm going to put a lot of that. It's okay. I'm going to dust it off. Y'all have no idea how good that smells. Oh, I might put a little bit on her here too. Let's take a little bit of that. Yeah, I'm getting some ideas here. Hey, Midwest Angel Boutique, how are you? Hey, Marlene, I think I said hello to you. Hey, Sharon. So there's a little bit on this. Let's put just a little bit right here on this leaf too. I'll put a little bit more of that on there. Now I'm just going to take what I got right here. Why not recycle, right? There we go. Make it look a little bit more rusty. All right, we got that part done. Now let's take a little bit of our brown, a little bit of brown. You're not going to put it, you're going to kind of tap it off, and you're just going to pat some in there around it. Not a lot. And right here on this side. You just want to put, you want to show your colors, but you're just tapping it in there. Now I'm going to tap a little bit of that orange. Just a little bit of that. And I'm putting some back on these other places I have so it'll kind of match up, because I'm not sure which paint I used. A little bit of orange on those. And that just gave it a little bit more of a rusty old look. Y'all know that's my jam. Yeah, I like that. Okay. I look like it's got some paint right there. And then we'll just put a little bit on our leaves. Yeah, I like it. Now you just have, it's rusted up now. That's the way that you can make rust. You can just use paint. If you want to just use paint, then just use paint. Okay, now I'm going to take a little bit of this orange, which is called Carved Pumpkin. I got this on sale one day after the season. They had these marked down on the Distress Hot. So I think I got this at Michael's or Joann's. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate it. So we're just going to take a little bit. Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. All right, let's see. I came on at, what time did I come on, y'all? At 8:15? Was it 8:15 or 8? Hold on. Hold on. Right? Yeah. So, okay. I didn't want to take somebody's time. I did that the other day, messed up. So I have to 9, correct? Came on at 8:15? I did. I think so. Oh no, crazy. All right. All right, so we're going to put a little bit of orange on here. Is that correct? Y'all are supposed to help me, right? Yeah, it is. 8:15, because that's when Jessica was off. That's right. That's right. We got till 9. All right. Y'all tell me if I go over on somebody's time, but I'm pretty sure that's right. I tell you, I'm like, I remember somebody was talking about today, if they're at the 15 or the 45 mark, it sometimes gets a little confusing, right? The same way with me. I know what time I'm on and off in the mornings normally. Yeah, I'm just putting a little bit of orange on here just to give it a little bit more of a look. Doesn't have to have it on there. Totally up to you what you want to do. So that just doctored it up just a little bit. Okay. I'm liking that. I know. That time goes by fast, doesn't it? Okay, y'all, this was a crow I got last year or the year before. Somebody else cut these scrapwood crows. I can't remember if it was Christy or if she gave me the other kind. I've got 2 different crows. So I love crows, so I did my own. So I cut these out with my little jigsaw. And I have one of the table ones because doing them by hand, that's the way I used to do it by hand, but you have to clamp it down to something because the thing jumps all over the place. So I love that I've got, it still jumps, but at least it's on a piece. So I made this big one, and it looked too big. So then I did this one. And this one is, I put some dry brush, some black paint, and then just took my sander and sanded the edges off a little bit to make it look more vintage. And then I added some little stamps. Can y'all see the stamps? I also have some, I do have, hold on. Oh, please. I do have, where is it? I've got some, here it is. I got white ink. Wonder how that would look. Let me see. Let me find that stamp out here on my thing. Let me get it, make sure it's clean. Doesn't have that black in it. I think we might white stamp that a little bit too. Might make it look cute. That'll show up a little bit. I forgot I had the white. So this is Distress ink. This isn't the Oxide. This is the ink. So let's just get the ink off of here. I do. Good. Hey, Donna. Hey, Anita. Oh, yes. I love the crows. I have crows in the kitchen. I have the Old Crow coffee shop stencil, and I did that, and I have some other crows. My husband thinks I'm crazy with the crows because, you know, they're mean to some of the other birds, but I still love them. I especially love them in the fall. So y'all, I'm just going to ink this up a little bit with the white. I had to order this. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find any of this. They've quit carrying this in some of the stores. I have a little bit at my Hobby Lobby, but I didn't look for it when I went to Hobby Lobby this morning, y'all, but I really just, stuff is so expensive. Even though the fall's 40% off, it still seems expensive to me. I just don't need anything. I just got a couple of things I could craft with, and I found some really nice boards on clearance. So let me stamp that back. So it's kind of hard to see, but I got a little bit of the white on there too. See the little white stamping? Yeah, looks good. I like it. I like it. Clean that off. And then I could have put this little spider on the other, but I don't think so. And then they had these, y'all. They had little bags of these. You can cut those ends off and make little legs with them. Or if you need these in some places that you have the little holes, these were 49 cents for these today at Hobby Lobby. And then I cut out a little pumpkin too with my saw. So I'm going to put the little crow on here. I'm going to see if I might have to bend that down just a little bit. And our little crow's going to sit up on here on our pumpkin. I could put it on the other side, but I don't think I like it as well over there. I think I like it on this side. Let's see if I can bend that down just a little bit. Now, I think our crow's going to go right here. And we're going to put a little bit of tacky glue and a little bit, I'm going to put a little bit of Fabri-Tac and then a little bit of the other glue, because this is metal and it's got to be able to hang on here. Yeah, we got a couple of minutes. Let's see if I'm going to kind of put it about right in there. Okay. We'll put a little hot glue too. I'm going to put a little Fabri-Tac. Kind of give it 2 different kinds of glue. Come on. I just bought you. Don't start failing me now. Come on. There you go. I knew you could do it. Do y'all ever talk to your glue and stuff? Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to. Okay, keep these laid on the side or upside down and they work a lot better. Let's use our... All right. We're going to have this done. I'm going to put it up that way just a little bit, right in there. I want it to kind of make sure it shows. I love a crow. That's going to kind of match all my other things, and this can be used all fall. So here's this piece with our little crow. And it also could be a shelf sitter. So if I wanted to take this and just push it behind it, it can go in my tiered tray and it'll sit up. So that's one good thing about these thick wood. You like that one? So we have that, and we have our little friend here. I love both of them. I think they turned out cute. And there's somebody else coming up right now, and all you have to do is just pull your screen down and they will be up next. So I hope that y'all enjoyed those today. Thank you so much. Hey, Janet. Hey, Donna. Thank you for being here. Y'all have a wonderful, blessed rest of the night and the weekend. I hope you have enjoyed a good Labor Day weekend. And I will see you again soon. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the love tonight.